So, I just want to appreciate the people on YouTube who's, following the audience and supporting us. So,
yeah, man, we got a lot of things cooking, man. We just want to say shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, staying up with what we got going on. We love y'all. We love to support us. So shout out to y'all.
So with this NBA 75th anniversary team.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. So,
what are your thoughts about it so far? The addition. What are your thoughts on? First of all, all my life I thought when they were going to do the 75th anniversary team, it was going to be an updated team. It was going to be okay. We're going to take Dalshays, John Havlicek. We're going to take some of these old guys who we seen in black and white off, and we're going to add on. We're going to revise the list. You know what I'm saying? Some people who were in the top 10 in scoring and this and that got moved around. Somebody who may have retired 4th or 5th on the all-time scoring list, right? Nowadays, they might be 13th. They might have to get pushed back.
See, remember I sent you a text. It was a list of names that I felt like I was just like, okay, I understand these guys play in a certain era, but it's just like, why are they still on this list? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they should have came out with a more updated list, but
you feel like they should have updated the list instead of adding on.
But
in the concept, maybe we misunderstood the concept. I think the concept might be like we're adding, like, whoever made the list was 95 and up. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to. This is not the 75th, the 75 best players of all time list.
No, definitely wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you could just tell by the list certain names that's on there. You're like, yeah, this is not the 75th best. You know what I'm saying? Best players in the NBA.
And by the criteria of who made it and who didn't make it, I'm pretty much thinking that championships was one of the big leads and barometers of why the list was made and who was left on and who was left off. Because
to look at Kobe, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Steph, Wade.
Let's go into tiers, right? I'm gonna break it into tiers, right? The first tier, I'm gonna say is LeBron, Tim Duncan, LeBron James. At least 4 championships.
You got to throw Kobe in there.
Oh, what did I say?
You said.
I thought I said Kobe, LeBron. My bad. Okay, so it's Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Tim Duncan. I feel like that's kind of like the standard, right?
Yeah, top tier.
Top tier. Steph Curry, I feel like it's behind him. Dwayne Wade, Kawhi Leonard is right behind that, right? And then I feel like then it's the Kevin Durant, the Dirk Nowinski's, the Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Then it's the Kevin Garnett's, the Ray Allens, the Paul Pierces of the world. Then you get into the James Hardens, the Allen Iversons, Jason Kidds, Reggie Miller, Steve. Because you would think for Tracy McGrady, right? That was one of the main names off that list. Like, why isn't Tracy McGrady on the top 25 list?
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. T-Mac was, you gotta understand, like, he was so, like, the numbers he was putting up in Orlando, the numbers he was putting up in Houston, the numbers he's,
but if
ridiculous.
But if you add T-Mac on this list, who do you take off? I had an asterisk towards Dominique Wilkins' name, not because of what his talent was. It was just based off of, okay, he didn't go to an NBA Finals, he didn't win any championships, he didn't win any MVPs. He mainly kept one team, Atlanta Hawks, relevant and a contender in the East. But it was never the Atlanta Hawks was about to win a championship under Wilkins, right?
Never.
Another asterisk I got by the is Anthony Davis. He's a championship. He won with the Lakers.
He won with LeBron.
But at the same time, how do you put him over Dwight Howard? How do you put him over Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard was the best center. Dwight Howard was the best center for his era, for his generation, from 2000. I want to say from 2000 what?
09, 08.
I'll say from 2007, 8
to
about 2013. He was the best center in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he took his team to the finals. They built a franchise around him, and that was successful, and he beat LeBron James. So I feel like he would have to get put over Anthony Davis. Another person I had on that list was Dame Lillard. I don't understand how you may put Dame Lillard over Vince Carter. I don't see how you put a Dame Lillard over a Trace McGrady at this point, because if you ask me, Dame Lillard is the West Coast point guard version of a Trace McGrady of Vince Carter. You're probably one of the top 2, top 3 positional players in the NBA, but you're on such a trashy, relevant team in a small market. You're never going to get that big name free agent to come to you and play with you. So with that said,
he needs to leave. if we went, boy, that's a different topic.
So Dame Lillard, Reggie Miller's also one. Now Reggie Miller, I'll give him his props because he was somebody. I feel like if it's Dominique Wilkins or Reggie Miller, right? I may have to go with Reggie Miller.
I'm taking Reggie
because Reggie Miller not only revolutionized the game with his 3-point, you know what I'm saying, with how he shot threes. He kept his Indiana Pacers as a contender from arguably 1994 to 2004.
But you gotta think about it. If Jordan wasn't in the league,
not even Jordan. If it wasn't no Phil Jackson, he might have got a ring because he battled.
He might have got a ring.
He battled Jordan on the East Coast and the Knicks and the Magic, and then once he finally got to the finals, he still had to face Phil Jackson with the Lakers and Kobe. So
there was no winning with Reggie.
And if it wasn't for the Malice in the Palace, or if they just would have had a better game plan in 2004 Eastern Conference Finals when they had Jermaine O'Neal, when they had they didn't even have Steven Jackson yet, but they had Harrington, Ron Artest, you know what I'm saying, Jamal Tinsley, they would have been able to beat them in my eyes. But that's another person. Who else is on this list? Some people got an issue with Dennis Rodman being on the list.
I don't
have a problem with Dennis Rodman being on the list because I put him, instead of led a team, I put him as helped the team, but he helped the team to 5 championships.
You gotta think about it. He went back to back with Detroit
and win a 3-peat with the Bulls.
Chicago. So you can't take Dennis Rodman off.
Do you take Melo? Would you take Melo off that list for Tracy McGrady? Who would you take off this list to put somebody on? Who are you replacing on this list? And for the viewers, the list will be up at the bottom of the screen, so people who's watching will be able to see the list and have this conversation in the live chat. Go ahead.
Dominique got to go for Tracy.
Dominique Wilkins for Tracy McGrady?
Yes.
Dominique Wilkins won playoff series, though. And went 6 games with Larry Bird in '86 in conference finals.
Gotta go, man. Because you gotta think about it. Tracy, you remember the 7 points in how many seconds? When he did
it was 13 points in 35 seconds.
13 points in 35 seconds. I just remember that as a kid, just like, man, that was ridiculous. Dominique never did that in his span with Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't. He gotta go. Give me Tracy. Right now, if you was picking a 505, right? And the last pick was down to...
I'm getting Tracy McGrady because Tracy McGrady... Thank you.
He's a better shooter.
Thank you. Just as athletic. He's just a better shooter.
Same size, but one... They could do the same thing athletically as far as dunking, but one can shoot and one can't. So I would definitely take Tracy over Dominique for sure.
And what about... Would you leave Steve Nash on that list?
I would definitely leave Steve Nash on the list just because he had 2 MVPs. What's up?
So what you're saying is you want to take Anthony Davis and replace him with Dwight Howard.
I would definitely take Anthony Davis off and replace him with Dwight Howard. And
you would take Dominique Wilkins and replace him with Tracy McGrady. And are you saying Vince Carter doesn't deserve to make this list? And he's done more individually in every statistical category than Tracy McGrady.
Well,
my thing is, if you make an argument for
rings, right?
This is, to me, the reason why I made this list the way I made it, because it's pretty much based off of your championships first, and if you didn't win championships, did a franchise have you as their key number 1 star player? Were you the man, and what did you do when you were the man? How far did you take your team as the man of your team? So like I said, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Dirk, Giannis, Kevin, Ray Allen, James Harden, Allen Iverson, who is it? Jason Kidd, Paul Pierce, Reggie Miller, Steve Nash, Dame Lillard, Chris Paul, Carmelo, Dennis Rodman, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Dominique, and Gary Payton. The only people I would really take off, like I said, would probably be Dominique Wilkins and Anthony Davis. So if I'm taking off Dominique Wilkins, I'll probably put Vince Carter ahead of Tracy McGrady.
Oh, that's tough.
And I'll say this, just as athletic, played longer in the league, could score just as efficiently.
Did Vince get one with Dallas?
No, Vince never got one, but you were the man with the Raptors. T-Mac left, right? T-Mac didn't want to be there. You went to Orlando. T-Mac did not get out the first round with Orlando. Vince Carter at least got to the second round in 7 games in the 0-1 Eastern Conference semifinals with Allen Iverson, right?
Yeah, he played out,
And then you went to the Nets. You got to the second round about 2 or 3 years with him and Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, J. Kidd.
Tracy McGrady with the Rockets, as good as those teams were, is talented.
Damian was always hurt though.
Not only, bro, you never got out the first round. You were up 0-2 in 0-4 against the Mavericks. You lost against the Jazz in the 07 and I think 07 and 08. So pretty much.
Yeah, it was 07, 08.
Yeah, so pretty much when I break it down to, I'm a big fan of Tracy McGrady, bro, but I'm not going to I can't put him over Vince Carter if I'm being fair.
Yeah, I mean, you can go either way. But yeah, I know what it comes down to. Dominique got to go. he got to go. He got to go off the list.